What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going over the Helix versus the Xplore. Should you upgrade? Should you stick with your Helix? Should you buy a Helix right now? The Helix is a great unit. The only thing it lacks is accessibility, changing your settings, things like that's a little more difficult. One of the main reasons is because of the touchscreen. Xplore, when they did this software, they really made it super simple. Whenever you're in a screen, you could change all those settings very easily. Your range out for side imaging, your frequency, stuff like that. With the Helix, it's a little more difficult to navigate around. You want to get to your main menu, you got to hit that button, main menu, once. If you're in that screen, you want to get to your main menu, you hit it twice. On the Explorer, you have the button right up on top. You hit that, hit the settings, and then you're right there in the settings. They made it really easy to get around, but Helix is a great unit, and it's a very good bargain right now. If you're not looking for touchscreen or you're not going to be using Mega Live 2, then Helix is a great option. They're on sale right now, really cheap. The G4Ns, the picture quality on these G3 and G4N Helixes are the same exact side imaging quality that you're going to get with the brand new Explorer, the Solix G3, the Apex. All the side imaging is going to be the same, guys. So don't hesitate and take advantage of these deals right now. Just for instance, I bought this Solix 12 last year and I paid, it was on sale, $500 off, $3,200, I believe it was, after the sale. Right now I've seen them for $2,600. So I could have saved a lot of money just waiting it out and waiting for something new to come out and take advantage of that. And I wish I did because I overpaid by at least $500, $600, $700. The Helix unit, great unit. I have a ton of videos on the Helix unit, and if you want, guys, go click on my channel page. I have Helix videos on every generation out there. I had Helixes Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4 for the last 10 years at least. I think I bought my first one in 2014. I'm not sure exactly when they came out. But it was an awesome thing. I jumped from a Matrix unit, a black and white, up to a Helix, and it was the latest and the greatest technology, and it was awesome, and they have been awesome forever. Now, this new Explorer is great because this Mega Live 2 is awesome. The forward-facing sonar, guys, it's not needed. Side imaging is a great tool. You could see, weeds off to the sides. You could see fish way off to the left and the right, 75, 100 feet out. It actually, forward-facing sonar, now that I've had it, now that I've used it, it's a great tool, and it'll be hard to go back. I was actually against it for a long time, considered it cheating, things like that, and I still consider it cheating, but everybody else is doing it. I can't get left behind in the dust when it comes to the technology, especially when, part of what I do is making these videos on the newest stuff with Humminbird. But I finally jumped into forward-facing sonar. Just for instance, I was able to go out on a lake this last year, ice fishing, never been to this lake before. I found a crib out 100 feet from me in the middle of the basin on this lake. We set up on it, caught fish, me and a buddy of mine caught fish the whole entire day. Fish were coming in and out of this crib all day, and we were right there on it. I would have never found that crib with a regular ice unit or a Xplore. I always had Xplores before, used those out on the ice solely. But this Mega Live 2 is a game changer. And the Helix, the Mega Live 1 is not a bad tool. You're still going to be able to find all that stuff. The one thing it lacked was the forward-facing sonar picking up your jig when you cast it out 75 feet. It was really, really hard to pick up that jig at 75 feet and beyond. The Mega Live 2, it has picked, it can pick up a jig 75 feet out very easily. But let's get back to where we were. Kind of get off topic here, but this Xplore unit, very good. I'm glad I upgraded, just so I could make some extra videos on it. And the touchscreen is great. Makes everything navigating around this thing. You never, I have yet barely hit a key on here since I got it. I use solely the touchscreen. Now I haven't had this out in the rain. I know my Solix has, you know, when you get a lot of rain, the water's running down the screen. The touchscreen doesn't work very good. So that is when you're going to use your keypad for navigating around, getting through your menu, stuff like that. But just because of the touchscreen, being able to zoom in and out off your maps, not having to use that cursor is a blessing. Not needed though. You know, you pay a price for this 9-inch unit. It was $1,500 with a transducer. And in a couple years, these will come down and they'll be much more affordable when they come out with a Generation 2, whatever they're going to do. I'm not sure. But just the screen here being touchscreen, the menu options, the quick keys for changing your range, your sensitivity, stuff like that, makes it really easy for changing those settings, where the Helix was a little more complicated to change settings easily back and forth because you had to use the keypad and stuff like that. But the Helix, great unit. Do not hesitate if you're low on money and you want to get a budget unit. Now is the best time to pick up one of these Helix units. And I'm telling you what, guys, if I didn't buy this and I didn't have a good fish finder before this and I was just getting into fishing, I would pull the trigger on a Helix because the affordability is so great, and you still have the best side imaging in the game, the best down imaging in the game, and 2D sonar. It's just not touchscreen. That's the only thing, and it's not capable with MegaLive 2. The Helix is actually more networkable than this Xplore, because now this Xplore you could only network with a Solix G3 that has been updated, or an Apex series that has been updated to that 5.06 or 5.08. The Helix, right out of the package, is networkable with every other Helix unit there is that's a G2N, G3N that has the N in there for networkable. They do have G3 that is not networkable, G4 that is not networkable. They were a little bit cheaper, offering a little bit more budget friendly of a unit if you didn't need a network together. But the Helixes, they all network together with that N in there. They network with the Solix Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3, as long as you don't update that Gen 3, and the Apex. So it networks with any of the units besides the Xplore. So I do feel bad for the guys that bought a Helix and they want to get an Xplore and they can't network together. That really stinks. But take advantage. The Solix G3s are on sale right now. You don't have to, when this Solix G3 before this update was a great unit, probably greater than the unit it is now with the 5.06 update, because it was just so in depth with everything. The settings, you could have your own custom picture on there. They simplified it. It's easier now. It's not as complex. Still a great unit, but I actually liked that firmware before the 5.06 just because it took me a year to figure it out. I was lost out there. I've been working with Humminbirds, Helixes forever. Switched over to this Solix 12 and I was lost. It took me a long time of figuring it out. And then I updated to the 5.06 and it's like bing, bang, boom. And it was super easy to navigate around. So don't sleep on a G3 Solix, because that will network with your Helix. And if you ever wanted to, you could update it to that 5.06 and you could have MegaLive 2 if you're looking for forward-facing sonar. Side imaging quality, super great on the Helix units. It's the same exact on the Xplore units. The only thing they did on these new Xplore units, the Chirp SI Plus, is they took the 800 kilohertz out. So it only has mega kilohertz for your side imaging, which is mostly what you use. But 800 kilohertz worked really well in shallow water or a muddy bottom that wasn't hard. It still has the 455, but the Helixes still have the 455, 800, and mega. SI Plus with the G3Ns, G4Ns. So just thought I'd give a little update, guys, on if you're on the fence about updating. If you got the money and you want to update, have the latest and the greatest with the touchscreen and the easy navigation on this unit. It's super simple. I definitely recommend updating if you have the money. If you don't, and you really want to get the most bang for your buck, don't sleep on the Helix and the Solix G3, because they are incredible deals right now, and they will be discontinued here soon, and you won't be able to get one. You'll be forced in getting a mega unit. You'll have to get an Apex or an Xplore. So thanks for watching, guys. Next week we're going to be doing some more tips on the Xplore unit, probably the 5 best features on the Xplore unit. So please subscribe, guys. Like, comment down below if you have any questions about the Helix or Solix or Helix or Xplore. I will do my best to guide you in the right direction for what you want to get. So we'll talk to you guys next week.